But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and high school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Waiting to snap. Here it comes. Pressure coming once again. Picked up. Gives it to Price. He's got a lane. Picks up the first down. A block. Can he get across? And he does. A little spinneroonie at the 2.
Darren is on to punt another one away here. There's a high end over end. Moorhead will get a chance for 20. Flagged out on the block in the back. It's going to erase a beautiful return from Moorhead, who's still on his feet. All this running is for naught because the penalty is going to bring this one back. It's a shame because Moorhead just showed you what he can do. As he gets pushed out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
It is a night game at Academy, but they got the roll-in portable light. So it's quarterback keeper Montoya. And he's in. Touchdown Huskies. So Hope immediately.
Back set. No one there to catch it at their apex. It'll be Ashley in the middle. How else is it going to end? Kaylin Ashley with force. Shotgun. Awaits the snap, gets it. Play action pass, fires. Breaking one tackle free. Nice move. There's a block. And this is going to go to the house. Touchdown time for Aiden Erickson.
5.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Turquoise. Turquoise is beautiful. Looked beautiful, played beautiful. I mean, what a day. Broncos run the Cowboys out of town. Lobo Hoops is underway. Give me $54 million. You never have to hear from me again because that's a trend. What do we got? I mean, and can you say Yoshinobu Yamamoto? What a weekend, boys and girls. What a weekend. It's got everything you want. United's final match of the regular season. Incredible college football. I wouldn't say incredible NFL yesterday. It was maybe one of the duller weeks on the field in the NFL, but certainly statements, and it feels like separation is beginning to happen. Form is starting to take in the National Football League. And the Lobos are 5-3 and sent Bronco on his horse back to Utah. Good morning and merry Monday. Thank you for finding us. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The sports animal, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. How you living?
What'd it do?
A weekend, huh? I mean, did you get enough? If you like sports, did you get enough this weekend?
Unbelievable.
I was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good between the World Series and I mean, again, I'll say this a zillion times. Say what you want about that kid from Volcano Vista, but he's taking college football by storm, and he may end up in the playoff and might end up in New York City in that Heisman ceremony. He might. The college stuff is crazy. Broncos just putting it on the Cowboys yesterday. But let's start right here at home, because what a day it was at University Stadium. 33-14, New Mexico over Utah State. 33-14 in a game where they beat them offensively, defensively, special teams. Fake punt, safety, punt return. Defense was good, sans maybe 2 plays. The offense was steady. A terrific first half, which you had seen. They did turn the ball over. New Mexico is 5-3, 2-2 in conference play. I don't know if it was a statement. You just, if it was a statement, tell me what the statement was, and I'm listening to it because I've been listening to it for quite a bit. And you know, I didn't hear a lot. I looked for a lot for Bronco Mendenhall. Did he do a post-game press conference? Because I didn't see much. I saw, you know, a couple of quotes where he was very complimentary, Coach Eck, and they were prepared, and they, you know, very, very Bronco robotic like. They outplayed us. But this wasn't about Bronco Mendenhall as much to me as it was about New Mexico getting better. New Mexico's pretty good. They're going to go to Vegas this weekend. I'm not going to predict they win in Vegas, okay? But I'm going to tell you they have a chance, and the reason is Vegas' defense is really, really porous. Now, their offense is really good. If you can score a little bit on Vegas, you're going to have a chance in that game, but we'll get there later. Your thoughts coming out of that one, because I thought that was their most complete game of the season.
It absolutely was their most complete game of the season. They were effective in every area. They scored on offense, defense, and special teams. And the way that they were able to control that game defensively was super impressive. You know, Bryson Barnes was going in, and we were having the discussion on the pregame show, maybe the most complete dual-threat quarterback to this point in the season in the Mountain West Conference.
More so than Eget, you thought?
Dual-threat quarterback.
Yeah.
Eget doesn't run.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Because he was usually leading them in the run game and really tough in some of those reads, and that wasn't there. The Lobos did a fantastic job. They held him in Barnes to just 13 yards on the ground. He didn't get going. Miles Davis had 110 yards, but he had that 64-yard touchdown run. Outside of that, Utah State couldn't run the football. There was really only one drive where they got the pass game going, and that was when Braden Pagan had 58-yard reception, then capped it off with a 13-yard touchdown. Other than that, it was a complete performance from New Mexico where they just looked so confident in everything that they did on the football field.
Who do you think the best quarterback in the league is? Like, if you had to vote now, and I know that there's 4, is it Calandria to you at UNLV? Is it Bryson Barnes was up there? Eget's been good, but they're not winning. Maddox Madsen, I guess, has to be on the list. I like Calandria a lot. But who would it be for you?
Goodness.
Because
you have to also take into account what they're asked to do in their offenses,
right?
And which there's some, you know, like, oh, this is the best pass or this is the best that. I think
how about Alejandro? Yeah, Alejandro from Hawaii. They're 6-2. Yeah, I was just thinking I hadn't seen him in person yet, but Mike Alejandro has been terrific. Total offense, he's second behind Eget. In this is all games, not just conference. I know you're supposed to vote only on conference play, which is really hard for me to do. Calandria's winning. Alejandro is winning. I mean, if you look at the standings in this league, and like, I don't know who's going to play. It's San Diego State and Boise State, and they play in 2 weeks, right? And then everybody says, you know, UNLV. Well, UNLV and Hawaii only have 1 loss each too. You figure Boise State's going to host the conference championship game, but who are they going to play? Who's the second best team? San Diego State pitched another shutout this weekend.
I think it's the Aztecs right now.
They've thrown 3 shutouts this year. Their opener, they shut out Cal, and then they shut out Fresno State. I mean, look, shutouts don't happen. I'm sorry, clean sheets. Clean sheets don't in college football. How many do you see a week? They got 3 of them, dude. It's kind of crazy with their defense. It's almost is Rocky Long coach of their defense again? Back to those days. All right, we'll get there. I thought a lot of things. I love the way Coach Slice drew up plays. Dorian Thomas is terrific. I had somebody tell me last week from a rival school that they're already sending tape of Dorian Thomas to a Power 4 school to get him paid. Like, I want him out of there. I don't want to see him again. And that's literally, and I know New Mexico's trying to keep him here and get NIL money. But they're like, I know where it is. I don't know that it's going to happen. But I love that they said, you know what, I guess I know they're going to key on him. How about let's go to Cade Keith? And 7 catches for over 100 yards, and I thought he was terrific.
You couldn't miss. I think on 5 of those, he was wide open.
Yeah. No,
and Utah State had no idea this dude was running down the seam.
I don't think they knew who he was. Is it Cade Keith? What number?
They were doing just simple motions across the formation. They're 2 tight end sets that they have. And all of a sudden, hi, boom. Oh, Cade Keith was wide open 10 yards down the field.
Yep. I love that they ran the ball for 224 yards. Eck has talked about this since he got here. He wants to be able to run the ball. Is good or is not good, or you guys? It's going to be interesting to hear because a week ago today, it was Jack Lane is limiting the offense, is holding us back. Is that what I heard last week? That was Monday, Tuesday, a lot of the phone calls. 17 of 22 is efficient. Didn't turn the ball over 183 yards and a touchdown. And then you're getting, look, between what McKinney did and Bankston did, JJ, it wasn't the Scott Trey Humphrey, who was the guy who came in, heralded, I believe Scott Trey Humphrey was preseason first team all conference, right? Or second team? He was on one of those lists. I know he was.
Yeah. Scott Trey Humphrey's the 3rd string running back for the Lobos.
He's the 3rd string running back now because he's been outplayed. And what Bankston and McKinney have done, their explosiveness, their yards after contact, I think has been really, really impressive. And then the use of Lobstein and bringing him in, and at some point, I do believe Lobstein's going to pull back and throw the football because, all right, Lobstein's in, they're going to run a quarterback keeper, and he still ran 7 times for 49 yards. You know what he's going to do, and they're still doing it. The play calling was good. There was a swagger about that team. There was a meanness about the team. There was a grit about this football team that's growing up. And look, that was Utah State is very. I told you they're similar to you, right? First year coach, new roster, rebuilding, culture, the whole thing. Everything you want to talk about here, they're going through, and you're going to say, yeah, but we're going through it because of that guy. Cool, whatever. The facts are the facts, and they're very similar to you. And you kicked them in the junk, man. You beat them up, and there was no argument who the better team was.
None on Saturday. It was the Lobos from start to finish. Even late in the game, I know it was 33-14, but there's time left, and Bronco cashed in, man. He
How
wasn't
about
even
him
calling
punting on the 4th
timeouts,
down?
punts. The Lobos dominated special teams. Daniel Hughes, they downed a punt at the 4 and the 1.
Well, the one at the 1, and then that leads to the safety, which is, I think, little things like that, and I say little because they're not, but they get lost in, you don't show the highlight of the punt getting down to the 1, you show the safety, and Jackson not getting the safety, which was really cool, but it was completely set up by the punt being down at the 1-yard line. It was their best game of the year. Can they beat Vegas? I don't know. I mean, UNLV's coming off a bye, and they got a lot to play for, and they still, think they're in the conference hunt and whatever, and all that's great. And what's the spread going to be? What do you think it'll be? I know what it is. You know what it is? 5.5. Lobos. I think that's showing New Mexico a lot of respect that they're only 5.5-point dogs on the road at Vegas.
The next step now is what can you do against
the big dog,
one of the top tier teams in the Mountain West? Yeah. You had a bummer one, I think, at San Jose with the way that they just kind of sliced and diced you, but that's really tough. Just given the way this defense is constructed, that kind of game is really tough for them. They've have the back-to-back wins here at home, and now it's an opportunity. All right, you have an upper echelon team. What can you do on the road at Vegas? They're coming off their most complete performance, a ton of confidence, and you have the quarterback conversation. What happened on Saturday, as we discussed this from my perspective, that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Lobstein out there in those run packages, give them a different look because, yes, even though it's a super tell, it's just that one moment.
I think what's going to happen this weekend, we'll talk about it during the week. can New Mexico score with Vegas? UNLV scores a lot of points. Calandria is really good. And if you watch them, and I've watched them a bunch this year, they get down early and then they flurry late. That's kind of been, they did that at Miami of Ohio. They did that at the Air Force game. There's been a number of times where they've had to come back. They score. Their offense is dynamic. Calandria has been really, really, really good. He's got weapons. They haven't been able to stop anybody, JJ. I mean, anybody. And when you start looking at, defensive stats and all that stuff, I mean, they're towards the bottom. Air Force put up, a boatload of points on them. What was it? 48. I think it was 51-48. They can the Lobos score with them? Don't you expect this to be, if they're going to win, they're going to probably have to score in the 40s?
Ooh, goodness.
Don't you think? But if you think I'm wrong?
I think if it gets into the 40s, that's advantage UNLV.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course. Okay, so you think the defense will be able to slow them down?
No, you're going to keep your fingers crossed and maybe try to control a little bit of that run game, but you are correct. This is going to be points in bunches type of game if Lobos are able to do that and match what UNLV does.
Yeah, look, UNLV is last in the conference in rushing defense. They are near the bottom. I mean, most defensive categories, right? So, but this will be fun.
And it was funny. The post-game radio interview we had with Jason Ecke, he did say hallelujah. They won the turnover battle in the game. CJ McPhee, nice interception.
They were last in the country in turnover margin. They were tied for dead last going into the week. All right, Jason Eck's going to be with us. We're going to talk to the Lobo coach coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. Looking forward to that conversation. 9 o'clock this morning, Jeff Grammer's going to be with us because he was one of the few people who actually saw Lobo basketball at Washington State. Dude was on the plane with me on Friday night. He's like, "You going to Washington?" I'm like, "No, dude, I'm getting off here." And he was on his way up to watch the Lobos in Washington State. Lobos lose the exhibition game 74-66 to the Cougs up in Pullman on Saturday past. They'll open up the season on Thursday. And we'll hear from Grammer, hear what he had to say about the game. And I know you probably read it, but we'll talk to him about that. So we got a lot to do today. 505-246-0610 is how to get here. 505-246-0610. Your emails come in. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. On the X, it's _JJ Buck. Actually, it's an exhibition on Thursday. I said they open up the season. It's next Wednesday, but they'll play an exhibition. _JJ Buck on the X. And then, of course, Adrian is in producing on TV, on Xfinity Channel 26, on our Facebook page, the OD and the AM, and the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. Want to hear from you, your thoughts on Lobos' 33-14 win over Utah State. New Mexico 1 win away from bowl eligibility. They are in the middle of a tight bunched conference, and they are 5-3 headed into UNLV. We'll get into the NFL as well. Boy, a crazy weekend. And I got a lot of thoughts on see what you're doing, Adrian. I got a lot of thoughts on coaches getting fired. And you know what? It's going the opposite of what I thought with buyouts. And I think I have an idea why after Brian Kelly gets paid $54 million to walk away. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal. Hey, for the first time ever, the diamond capital of the world is coming to Albuquerque. November 5th through the 8th only. That's next week. John Thomas Jewelers is bringing Antwerp, Belgium to Albuquerque for a 4-day diamond event unlike anything New Mexico has ever seen. They're going to unveil the largest selection of loose diamonds ever shown in Albuquerque, hand-selected straight from Antwerp. That's the city where over 80% of the world's diamonds are traded. You're going to get to meet the world-famous Antwerp diamond cutters in person. This is your once-ever chance to see brilliance up close. Compare the world's finest cuts and find your perfect diamond, and you don't have to leave New Mexico. But it's only for 4 days. It's November 5th through the 8th, and appointments are limited. So book yours now. Go to johnthomasjewelers.com. johnthomasjewelers.com. You'll get a free diamond grading kit worth $100 just for coming in. It's Antwerp to Albuquerque, the world's diamond capital, brought home to you, and it's only at John Thomas Jewelers, 3rd floor of the Lewis University building on Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal, directly across the Coronado Mall. It's John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generation.
All right, let's go. 505-246-0610. Lobo fan, I want to hear your thoughts on a dominating win over Utah State. Had to feel good, man. Had to feel good. And where are you on that? 505-246-0610. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimal.com and JJ at sportsanimal.com. The NFL yesterday, Broncos dominate the Cowboys. Around here, that seems to matter a little bit. Broncos, from start to finish, they flummoxed Dak Prescott. I was listening, and I didn't understand this, okay? JJ, I was listening to the Dak Prescott for MVP conversation. It was on pregame shows yesterday. It was on people's lips, and I'm like, okay, with all due respect, they were 3-3-1. He had a few good games with numbers. I didn't get it. And I think that will be squelched for a while, if not for the rest of the season, after Dak went 19 for 31 with 2 horrible interceptions yesterday. I didn't need those 2 Javonte Williams touchdowns, by the way. He throws down to the 1 yard line. The guy gets down.
You should have known it's a revenge game, Jeff.
Yeah, 100%. No, and I did know. I absolutely did know. And when I was playing against Javonte Williams, I absolutely said that. And he stuck it up my yes. But the ball gets down to the 1 yard line. I got that happens. My guy throws down to the 1, and his guy cashes the check because I had Dak. Yeah, it's how that goes.
Don't even get a tush push, nothing.
It just pissed me off. Bo Nix was good, 19 of 29 for 247, 4 touchdown passes for Bo Nix. How about R.J. Harvey sitting on my bench, JJ? I played Kamara instead.
R.J. Harvey breakout game. Didn't
was it though
necessarily expect it, given the usage rate, but yeah,
he touched
Dallas
it 8
Cowboys,
times.
yeah,
8 times,
and he got the end zone 3 times.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins still there, but there you see the explosiveness, and it was just a fantastic game for the Broncos that needed to do that against the Dallas Cowboys. And what you look at, Dak Prescott, 2 bad interceptions, and the reason Dak Prescott is in that conversation because there's not a leader in the clubhouse. And it comes to the quarterback conversation because now, guess what? You have to start talking about Drake May. Baker Mayfield didn't have to do anything because of all the defense. Is Daniel Jones really going to get that much love?
You know
he
who should?
be
Jonathan Taylor should.
I think Jonathan Taylor.
Hell yes, he should.
Is probably number 1 in the MVP race right now.
Jonathan Taylor. Yes. I'm watching yesterday. I'm like, how come this isn't the best quarterback award? Jonathan Taylor is spectacular. Yes, is the answer there. And the guy who's playing tonight is going to get some love. And after they beat Washington tonight, Patrick Mahomes is going to be back in your conversation.
That is correct.
All right, 505-246-0610. JT, how you living? You're on the Sports Animal. Good morning, JT.
What's up, guys?
What's happening?
I know you're up against it, so I'm traveling out of town again like I do, but you're not going to find a happier Lobo fan than me.
Good.
I couldn't wait for this. I didn't sit down, Jeff, at the game. I didn't sit down at the game. I didn't sit down. I was banging on everything. When we were on defense, I was making noise. I was like, where are the fans that decided to find it on altitude, and where are those guys? But you know what? The ones that were there, I promise you, both teams hurt us. Both teams hurt us. I'm so proud of these guys, and I just have a request for all you fickle fans that want to be lazy. We need you We need you out for the Colorado State game. We need you for the Colorado State game. So you have 2 weeks to prepare. Get everything prepared and get out there. We need 40,000 for the Colorado State game. I know we're going to compete. That's what I love about this team. I don't know if we're going to beat UNLV, but I know we're going to compete. So that's all I care. I know we're going to compete. There's always a chance, right? That's why they play the games. But this one question before I lose service: do we have to have 6 Division I wins, or does Idaho State count?
Idaho State counts
for the bowl game.
Idaho State.
Have a good day. I'm listening.
Yeah, later. Idaho State counts. Yeah, you're allowed 1 FCS victory count towards bowl eligibility. So yes, that absolutely counts. I saw Colorado State in person. I was at the Border War. By the way, Laramie was there. They sold out War Memorial Stadium up there for the Border War. The black uniforms were so cool, and what they have done to that stadium, JJ, they've redone the press box. They added a club level, which is gorgeous. Which it's a whole nother conversation. We'll get into facilities. I saw Colorado State in person this weekend, and I've seen New Mexico in person a number of times. As I sit here right now, New Mexico's better than Colorado State. You got them coming up in a few weeks. I haven't seen Air Force in person. You get to go up there. I'm going to see San Diego State this weekend. JJ, he's asking for people to come out. I get to a point where I'm not looking to beg people. I won't do that. But X said something after the game, and I imagine he might say it again. But he said this is a good product. This is a product that you can be proud of. And I'm going to tell you again, you're not cheating on Lobo basketball if you support Lobo football. In fact, you're helping Lobo basketball if you support Lobo football. But this is a product that's fun. And if it's a stadium issue, you don't, whatever, the parking, the concessions, all that, I hear you. And it might be a little sacrifice that we all have to work through. Okay? But you got a 5-3 football team that is building, that is exciting, that is gritty, that seems to really like representing this town and the state. You got a coach, you got the players are all like, I got here in January, I love this place. And it's about time people are saying, I love Albuquerque. This is really cool about Albuquerque. I was listening to Aztec fans on my text thread the other day. We don't want to go to New Mexico Bowl. We're better. All right, cool. Enjoy the famous Idaho Potato Bowl or whatever it is. Like you're going to better bowls or wherever you think you're going.
Go do some carbo loading.
I got one guy. I went off on one of my buddies like on a text thread. Like he's like, isn't going to Albuquerque once enough? I'm like, you ever been there? Like shut up, dude. You and your little geographical arrogance. It's actually a place that's really, really cool. But I guess enjoy the Rose Bowl, San Diego State, right? I mean that kind of mess. You got a team and a coach and a group of young men who seem to really enjoy representing this university and the state and the city. And by the way, they're 5-3, and they're beating teams that had beaten them in the past. The UCLA thing, I don't think it was a fluke. Now UCLA got brought to earth this weekend, but if people get out, I hope they do. Whether they beat UNLV or don't beat UNLV this weekend, then there's a bye week, which is kind of a lull, out of sight, out of mind, and basketball is going to take center stage around here for a few minutes. But I hope people do go out there and support this thing. I don't care what the weather's like. It's going to be a day game. He's giving you, and I say they are giving you kind of what you say you've wanted for a long time, and that's a fun, competitive, proud football team. And now it's up to the fans at some point if they're going to come out. X shouldn't have to beg them all the time.
Regardless of what happens against UNLV, I know it's not perfect timing for Lobo fans because football supporters are fickle. I think regardless, this should be base 20,000 plus for Colorado State. You have an opportunity to whatever happens at UNLV, you could be playing for a chance to get bowl eligible at home against an opponent that's reeling. You have an opportunity to snap that long losing streak to Colorado State. As you've said, this team performs for 4 quarters. It's entertaining football. They play really hard. There's never been a question of that, even in their losses. It's not, they just gave up at the end, this or that. This is one where it is a little bit of now or never. Like, if you're waiting for something, it's never going to come, and you're never going to support that team.
Well, yeah, if you're waiting for it's got to be just, dominant. Like, you walk before you run. You build something. This is how you build something. If you just expect, I want to be 10-1. All right, well, get there. But this is what you've asked for. That the next home game could be, it's a terrific game. That's the same day as Lobo Aggie basketball. It's going to be in Las Cruces. It's the 15th, right? And I get it. There's basketball that night, but it's at night. You got a day game. There's no excuses. You're not going to miss the basketball game if you go to the football game. So yeah, I hope people come out. All right, 505-246-0610. We'll get around the the NFL. Colts continue to roll. Big one last night. Packers and Steelers. How about the Dolphins? Like, where the hell did that come from? And start putting some respect on the Patriots name a little bit because, well, they've earned it. We'll get there. Hey, if you've been the victim of a property crime, or if you haven't, someone who has. You know all too well that it takes too long for police to show up, not because they don't care, but they just don't have enough officers to cover all the calls they get for service. It takes hours, if not days. But when it's you and it's your home and it's your property, you need a quicker response. How about 7 minutes or less? That is the typical response time for IPS, International Protective Service. Responds quickly to properties that they are monitoring. They have officers strategically placed all around town, Albuquerque and in Santa Fe. IPS provides standing guards. If you want eyes on your property around the clock, they've got that for you. They'll install alarms and camera systems, and they've got a state-of-the-art facility that monitors those cameras 24/7. It raises the level of security around your home and your business. I've trusted IPS for years to watch my home. They give my family, my neighbors, peace of mind. You see them in your neighborhood, you see them in your stores, you see them everywhere. They work. It is affordable private security. Call IPS. Talk to them about what they can do for you. The number is 505-897-2420, 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. Passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
My biggest winners and losers from the NFL. And struggling, first of all, finding the third biggest loser, but can't decide between 1 and 2 because they were both brutal. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. Packers beat the Steelers last night, 35-25, a big night for Jordan Love. And it was all about Aaron Rodgers against his old team and how, the revenge game, and he downplayed it. It was Love who threw for 360 yards and 3 touchdowns and found his tight end in Tucker Kraft 7 times. Tucker Kraft is a man from South Dakota. Didn't Eck coach him, right? Eck coached Tucker Kraft, didn't he? In South Dakota?
Yes.
Yeah, we can talk to him about that. Jason Eck's going to be with us coming up here in about 21 minutes, the Lobo football coach. But I thought that was a really big win for Green Bay to go on the road and stay away from the noise and probably as big for Jordan Love as it was for the team.
Yeah, it's the Aaron Rodgers, not revenge game, but definitely revenge game. Packers are the better team. The Packers should play like that. I think the Steelers were a bit of fool's gold, man. They needed to jump out early to give themselves that cushion, and losing to Cincinnati, I think, is the eye-opener, man. I do not think that they're safe atop that division, and you see it. Yes, there's some things you'd like to have that are better, but it's not just not having a dude on the outside. Like Aaron Rodgers doesn't get a lot of time, and very little passes go down the field, man. he cannot push the football down the field. And I don't necessarily think that's an all-talent thing. I think it's an offense thing. And we're running 3 tight ends every single time, and you get stuck in 3rd and long, it's an automatic punt.
Well, because he gets sacked and they're in trouble, right? He gets sacked on 2nd down or 1st down, they're in trouble, and he gets sacked on that way a lot. About the biggest loss, well, I'm struggling. You talk about that division. Cincinnati losing to the Jets is
awful.
It's just, and the way they lost, it's just a brutal loss for them. And their defense is so bad. And they fall to 3-5. The Jets get their first win. Justin Fields, who wasn't going to play, but Tyrod Taylor was hurt. He was going to get benched. And then they have Breece Hall throw the winning touchdown pass, which was just a bonkers play. He double clutched and threw it. And the tight end goes over, what was it? Isaiah, who caught that? It was
Mason Taylor.
Mason Taylor caught it. He went over the DB and mossed him a little bit, and just crazy. That one's going to sting the Bengals till the playoffs.
Oh, that's an awful loss as well. It's your defense is bad, but you made Justin Fields look like a Pro Bowl quarterback. He wasn't sacked. He was completing passes from the pocket. The run game was phenomenal. Breece Hall went off, and that was a quarterback in Justin Fields that was criticized by his owner this week. And if you're Cincinnati, you're getting everything and more out of Joe Flacco, but that defense is so bad.
Flacco didn't turn it over, at least didn't throw any interceptions. 2 touchdowns, 223 yards. But Justin Fields, and I love the way he handled it afterwards. He didn't talk bleep. He just said, we just tried to turn out the noise and put your head down. 21 of 32 for 244 and a touchdown. He ran for 31 yards 11 times. And I don't know who they start next week. I don't know if it's Tyrod Taylor. I don't know if Justin Fields won his job back. But they won a game. And they found a way to win a game. A good win for the Jets, but a brutal loss for Cincinnati. It was just brutal. And then also in that division, the Ravens win. And the Ravens coming back and without Lamar, and they play Thursday night.
Snoop!
He was good, man. Snoop Huntley was really, really good, and he was efficient, and they refound their running game, and Derrick Henry was Derrick Henry again. 30-16, they quiet a Bears team that had won 4 in a row. Defensively, where the hell, like 16 points. If you said the Bears scored 16 on that defense, I'd have told you you're high. But
very disappointing game for Caleb Williams.
Yeah, no, he was bad. He was. There was some bad quarterback play yesterday. Dak was bad. He was bad. I mean, the Saints were bad. How about the Saints? I feel for Kelly because it's just a bad spot. But yeah, that was really bad too. And then Indianapolis continues to win. And I'm with you on the Jonathan Taylor thing, man. As I'm sitting in my living room yesterday and I'm watching all this stuff, if I've got a vote right now, and I don't, nor will I have one later, but 7-8 weeks in, Jonathan Taylor might be my MVP. I know you're supposed to go quarterback, and Daniel Jones has been really good and the difference maker, and there's talk now that they want to extend Daniel Jones. I mean, where did you think that was coming from? That they want to give Daniel Jones a deal?
How about a double whammy?
Yeah.
You know who was in the quarterback room for the Minnesota Vikings last year? Not just Sam Darnold. Daniel Jones was there as well.
Yeah, and meanwhile, they're running Carson Wentz out there.
That Carson Wentz, and they're like, J.J. McCarthy's still banged up. Don't know if we want him on the field yet. But then you watch Carson Wentz play, and you're like, why is this rookie not playing yet?
Yeah. And you had Daniel Jones behind Sam Darnold. Yeah, that was their room last year. And they're both thriving. And look, Sam Darnold at some point might be in the MVP conversation, too. I know you laugh. And when we get back, I got to get into this. We'll hit it at some point. But we're going to hit it next. Brian Kelly getting fired. I thought, and JJ, I know I said this summer, with the buyouts being what they are, and now with revenue sharing, right? And schools and athletic departments sharing up 20% of their revenue, or $20.5 million, right? Would schools be more reluctant to fire coaches within season because of the astronomical buyout? Well, the answer is obviously no. I got a theory on this, man, and I didn't see it coming, but I should have. And I'll tell you why I firmly believe this is happening at a pandemic level almost, with coaches getting fired and walking away. We'll do that when we get back. Jason X is going to be with us coming up at the top of the hour. That is 8 o'clock. We'll talk with global football coach. I'm looking forward to him. Told you about John Thomas Jewelers. I'm going to tell you again because they are bringing Antwerp to Albuquerque, the diamond capital of the world, coming here only for a few days, November 5th through the 8th at John Thomas Jewelers. It's a 4-day diamond event unlike anything you've ever seen in New Mexico. It's never been here before. They're unveiling the largest selection of loose diamonds that ever has been shown in Albuquerque, all hand-selected straight from Antwerp. And, of course, that's the city where over 80% of the world's diamonds are traded. So you're going to get to meet the world-famous Antwerp diamond cutters in person. Once ever chance, probably, to see this brilliance up close. You'll get to compare the world's finest cuts, and you find your perfect diamond, and you don't have to leave New Mexico. But it's only for 4 days, so book your appointment now. It's November 5th through the 8th. Appointments are limited, so go to johnthomasjewelers.com. johnthomasjewelers.com. Book your appointment, and you're going to get a free diamond grading kit. It's worth $100 just for coming in. Antwerp to Albuquerque. Don't miss out on this. It's the diamond capital brought home to you only at John Thomas Jewelers. Lewis University building, 3rd floor. It's on Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal, on the east side of the street, right across the street from Coronado Center. It's John Thomas Jewelers, and it's where Albuquerque gets engaged.
This report is sponsored by Macy.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Sweet Rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green?
Oregon State, UCLA, Virginia Tech, Oklahoma State. I mean, go down the list. A lot of high-profile jobs. There's like hundreds of millions of dollars in buyouts that are out there. And I remember telling you during the off season, and I was wrong with this. I thought that schools might be more reticent, more slow in firing coaches because of revenue sharing and paying out that money. And JJ, obviously, that's not the case. I firmly believe, and I read Ross Dellinger's got a great story on Yahoo about what's going on at LSU, and I was talking to somebody pretty close to the program yesterday. JJ, I've said this to you over and over, and this is why maybe it's going to continue to go this way. There is no patience anymore. Not that there ever was. But every booster, every company, every supporter who gives NIL believes they're buying a championship.
Absolutely.
And when you're only, look, perspective, New Mexico's 5-3 and there's excitement. LSU's 5-3 and they went and paid $54 million prior to it. But everybody who's giving you a big check says, I'm not giving you any more money until you fire the coach. And all of a sudden the pressure mounts up. And this isn't going to slow down. Everybody who's giving you money, and basketball is going to be the same way. They think they're buying a championship. And when it doesn't perform at that level, whatever that level is the bar for your program, and once you raise it, it doesn't lower, the pressure to fire coaches ramps up, and that's where we are. And that's firmly, I believe, what you're seeing. What you're seeing with good coaches. James Franklin's a good coach. Look, Brian Kelly's unlikable. Whatever. But there's a lot of good coaches that got fired. I'm not sure Deshaun Foster's one of them. Luke Fickell's probably going to be one of them. Billy Napier's a good coach. There's good coaches who are getting tubed because they're not living up to boosters and alumni and fans' expectations, who all are given money.
I am surprised the amount we've already seen before the season's over.
Yeah.
With the money that you're sinking into programs now, with revenue sharing on top of everything else. And yeah, I understand those TV contracts are big, but that is a large sum of money that you have to get to complete these buyouts, paying out these coaches the rest of the way. And, you know, that family, we know it's not always great. Family can have issues.
Family.
And that family had issues in LSU.
Family. All right, let's go to the phones. 505-246-0610. Art, thanks for holding. Good morning. You're on the Sports Animal.
Good morning. How are you, Jeff?
Good. How you doing, Art?
I'm doing well. I just wanted two comments. I just wanted to say it's nice to see, and maybe I'm speaking on my right side of my cheek, but it's nice to see actually a coach that, number one, enjoys his work culture, and number two, that has really taught his players integrity and how to be a good student and a good athlete, and learning what it takes to build something and be proud of it. And it's a breath of fresh air to have our current coach that's done a wonderful job here that embraces all that and Albuquerque. And to me, I could be wrong, but to me, I don't think he'll jump right away, but he's done a tremendous job. My other question is, I don't know if you had listened to that scrimmage against Washington State for the men, but I pray that this Coach Olson can kind of get his big men coached up a little bit better, because you can't be shooting 63s and think you're going to beat anybody. But I'll listen. Thank you, brother.
All right, thanks. So we're going to talk to Jeff Grammer at 9 o'clock. He was there for the scrimmage, and we'll talk to him about that. Lobos shot 44 three-pointers. They were 11 of 44 in the loss to Washington State.
Better get used to it.
Yeah, I think that's going to kind of be it's going to be a live by the three, die by the three kind of a team. Yeah, it's nice that a coach is embracing this place. And look, Danny Gonzalez certainly embraced this place. It took a little bit longer for him to start to win. And if you recall, they started. It felt like they were putting it together at the end of the final season here, and then obviously everything went. But that was a guy, as much as anybody I've seen wanted to be here, he loved it, but they didn't win enough. Eck is winning at a pace that you didn't expect at this point. 5-3. What was realistic at this point? Were you hoping 4-4 at this point? Right? I think you were hoping that you were going to beat Idaho State. You basically win your home game. I think that's what it was. I think that if you win your home games, because we talked about at the beginning of the year, and that's the difference. And Art, I appreciate you because you're right, and he's embracing it and he's doing it the right way, and the players all seem like they're doing the right thing the right way. But I think we looked at it and said they got to win their home games, because it's the toughest home schedule road schedule UNM's ever had. Got to go to the Big House. Got to go to the Rose Bowl. Got to go to Boise, play on the Blue. San Jose State's one of the top 3 teams in the league. Got to go there. Got to go to Vegas, which is one of the top 2 teams in the league, or 3 teams. And Air Force, who we thought was going to be really good and still could score a bunch. Air Force is going to get somebody, and they got Wyoming 2 weeks ago, 24-21. Boy, Wyoming looked nice the other day. I don't know what the hell happened there, but 28-0, they just put it on CSU. Dominated. But I think we all thought you're going to have to win all your home games to have a chance to be bowl eligible. And may still be the case. But you went out and got that one at UCLA. And I don't think you're out, you're out of any game. I think 5.5 points against UNLV. That's the spread. Vegas sees it. UNLV plays a lot of close games. Close games, a break goes one way or the other, who knows, right? You got a chance this week. I think you got a real chance. Jason Eck is going to be with us when we get back. Lobo football coach. They are 5-3. They just beat Utah State. Big one coming up this weekend. They're all big. Going to have a conversation with the Lobo football coach. What do you see after looking at the tape? Got to flush the emotion of last week and now focus on the next one. It's the opening drive. Jason Eck's next on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
There's a lot of noise, and I think there's a lot of things that really impressed me about your team. I think the way they were able to shut out the noise and focus and play what I believe, and I'm going to guess after looking at the tape, maybe you do too, the most complete game your team has played all year.
Yeah, I thought we played our best game of the year in all 3 phases, and credit to those guys. They were locked in and didn't get caught up in anything with any of the hype of the game, and just played their game.
Every game's got its hype. I was looking through it. I mean, whether it's, going to the big house, first, home opener, going to the Rose Bowl, for the rivalry game, first conference game. Every game's got something. This one this week as well. But that said, I guess once you get out there and get hit in the mouth, it's just football. And I thought your defense really controlled it. An offense and a quarterback that was terrific. I think if I did the math right, outside of those 2 big plays, you held them to 188 yards, right?
Yeah, we did a good job. We do need to clean up those big plays. One was a pass and one was a run. But overall, I thought they did a really good job against a offense I thought was a good offense, and I think their quarterback's a good player. So hats off. I thought Coach Nowinski really had a good plan, and our players really executed well.
And I thought Jack took care of the football. And, the noise, whatever, you only win by 2. It's kind of crazy how expectations change. Winning football games is really hard. I thought he played well, took care of the football, and I'm going to guess did what you asked him to do on Saturday.
Yeah, I think he played very, very well, and that's kind of our game. We like to run it a little bit more than we throw it, and be high percentage, good completion percentage. We won a turnover margin for the first time all year, which was great to see, and a lot of good things about how we like to play.
Coach, the special teams, we're going to look at that punt return, but I want to, talk about what Daniel Hughes and the coverage was able to do initially when you get down them at the 4 and the 1. One of them, of course, sets up the safety. What did you think about just what the special teams brought to the table on Saturday?
Yeah, I think they really had a good day special teams-wise, whether it was DJ, returning his first career punt for a touchdown. Daniel, really set up that punt return by pinning him deep and the defense getting a 3 and out, and then also setting up the safety later, and then great execution by the punt team later in the game on the fake punt to extend the game.
Global head football coach Jason Eck joining us here on the opening drive, and you look at the moments too in that game, being able to respond, and when people see something, you guys adjust. How was Cade Keith able to be so open in that offense on Saturday?
Well, we went into the game thinking we wanted to be in a little bit more two tight ends than we had up to the point this season, just because we thought it was a good matchup against their personnel. And Cade has very good hands. Cade has made some nice catches already earlier in the year. That's really his strength. He's continuing to grow as a blocker. I think that's something he's got to continue to get more physical at and improve his blocking. But, sometimes we're getting so much attention, for DT or other tight end that provides some good windows, and I thought he really stepped up and did a great job.
Is that what you want your offense to look like? You run the ball for 224 yards with different guys doing it, throw 22 to 25 times a game, and control the football?
Yep, with the turnover margin, play good on special teams and defense. That's kind of how you want a game to look there, Jeff.
Yeah, but I mean, some offenses just want to huck it and throw it 50 times. And, for you, it seems like, and you've talked about it since you got here. We want to run the ball and control it.
Yeah, I think it was a very, it was complimentary football. Our defense played very well. Our defense also only played 48 plays in that game, where you compare to some other games where we've been in the 70s or above. And, I think you can play really, really hard on defense when you can stay fresh and you're not playing a lot of snaps. So that game, probably more than anything this year, was a game that looked like how we wanted it to.
Was that as good as you played defensively as a team?
We played really well against LSU as well. Not LSU, excuse me, UCLA.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what did I miss?
Yeah,
got another coach fired.
UCLA. I'm thinking of a different team that got fired.
Did I miss one? Yeah.
No, UCLA. Yeah,
no, that was good. All right, big picture now. At 5-3, and you're in a hunt for a conference. Things got to go your way, but you've got a game this weekend against a team that was picked first or second in this league. You're going there. They're coming off a bye. They give up points. They score a ton of points. I know you've watched the tape. Calandria spreads it. They've got athletes all over the field. Defensively, they've been really vulnerable without giving away a lot. I mean, what do you see when you start looking at the tape with UNLV?
Well, their offense is very dangerous. They lead the whole league in scoring. I think that quarterback is a really, really good athlete who can, do things with his legs. He can throw it. So, I'd say a game plan similar to this week is good. You want to make sure you're keeping your defense off the field as much as you can. You want to have some ball control, and certainly against a good offense like that, you can't help them by turning the ball over.
Now, Coach, the finishing games out, and what we saw on Saturday, it was a scoreless third quarter. They get a touchdown in the fourth quarter, but then you respond. When you look back at that, Damon Bankston touchdown where somehow he comes out of the pile, what did you see on that run in that fourth quarter?
Yeah, we blocked it up fairly well. And they were really in the mode of trying to stop the run at that point, so their safeties are pretty low, and the boundary safety, really got to Damon probably about 3 or 4 yards past the line of scrimmage, and Damon was able to just keep his legs turning and ran through that tackle. And then they just didn't have many layers to the defense. Once we kind of popped through that initial phase, there was nobody left, and he was able to take it the distance. And that, I think that one really cracked the game open.
I love the way you're closing games. Jay just talked about this, but the Nevada game, you closed it, and you closed it by running the ball and just slamming the door and having confidence and just being more physical. And this one, they scored a touchdown, and maybe it gets a little close. I sense no panic, maybe urgency, but no lack of confidence that you're going to win it. I've always believed, Jason, that teams have to learn how to win, and I feel like, and I'll ask you this question: has your team learned how to win? They feel it. Does it from where I am? They feel confident when there's a close game coming down the stretch.
Yeah, no question. I think we've learned how to win. I think we've managed the ebbs and flows of games well and handled, when momentum has swung against us, we've responded well. I think, our missing piece is just that consistency over time. And, I still think there was some, times in the game where we, weren't as consistent as we need to be, whether it was the third quarter offensively, whether it was, and you're not going to totally eliminate, big plays, but, you'd love to see us, knock down those two big plays they had maybe for 20-yard gains instead of a 50 to 60-yard gain. So we can still improve, and I think a lot of it is I think we've shown what our potential is and what we're capable of. We just have to do what we're capable of at that high level more consistently.
And, Coach, speaking of the improvement, and you've had players getting opportunities this year, C.J. McBean, the freshman, he had 3 tackles with big interception in the end zone. What did you make of his play on Saturday and being able to make that turnover happen when Utah State was driving?
Yeah, I think he's playing outstanding. For a young guy who really got thrust into the lineup when Austin Brawley went down earlier in the year, and he's been very consistent. I think he's showed good coverage skills, good ball skills. He was a really good offensive player in high school as well, so it's not surprising. But that was a heck of an interception in man coverage, which you don't always get a lot of interceptions in man coverage because your eyes on your man. But he did a great job of getting his head around, and that was a huge play in the game.
I thought the atmosphere was great. I don't want to get into numbers more so than I want to get into the people who are there. They're invested. They get it. And I think more and more, look, you got to walk before you run, I imagine. And I thought the energy of the crowd, the people who are into it are into it. Are you feeling that around town and at the games?
Yeah, I thought the crowd definitely was into it. And I know, the players, on the field, even mentioned that. I think my son Jackson mentioned when they were backed up in the end zone opposite our facility, where we have the stands in the end zone. It was loud when they were backed up down there because you got a little bit more fans closer to the ball, and they had to burn a timeout on the series that led to the punt return touchdown. So I think the fans who were there, made a difference in the game, and I think that was our first 20,000 person crowd in October in a few years, so that was something to build on, and hopefully people are feeling, hey, they're getting a pretty good show when they come out to watch us play. It's a pretty good value, with especially if you got kids and you can get the kids in free, and hopefully when we come back November 15th, we'll have a great crowd against Colorado State.
Good to have that one behind you. You don't have to answer questions about the former coach anymore, and it's behind you, and oh, by the way, you won it.
Yeah, it was good to get a win. We don't play those guys anymore. They're, send them to that new league. Good riddance.
Yeah, I think that's right. I want to ask you something real quick. Did you watch Monday Night Football last night? You coached Tucker Kraft. Is that correct?
I did. Yeah, I was, offensive coordinator for his last year in college in 21.
He is he's phenomenal and turning into, I don't know if he's turning into or has already turned into one of the best tight ends. Pass catching, and if you watch him, just he's blocking on. He's playing 85% of the plays. Did you see this in him? Did you think he was a not just an NFL tight end, but a really good Pro Bowl level tight end when you coached him?
Yeah, we did. He had he coached Slice. We had him like in summer camp, like going into his junior year, and he was very raw because he was from a real small town, played 9-man football because the school was so small. But Coach Slice had him in camp the summer before his junior year and said, yeah, this guy's a big-time player. And it would help because we had Dallas Goedert, who,
decent.
Got drafted high. He got drafted in the second round and has become a good pro as well. He had a couple touchdowns this week. So I think we probably even had a better idea with Tucker because we saw Dallas and knew what he was about. And then, it took Tucker. He had a little learning curve, just adjusting to the speed of the game, everybody going around, and his first year it took him a while to catch up, but then he really got rolling. I guess I was my last year at South Dakota State was his junior year, but he had about 60 catches. We were getting him the ball every way possible. He did come back one more year, but then he got hurt that year and missed a lot of games. And then he went into the draft. But no, we had a pretty good idea. I mean, he's a physical blocker. He's a great run after the catch. He's good hands. He's a complete player.
I watched that with Dallas Goedert and Tucker Keith. And please don't think I'm saying neither Dorian Thomas or Cade Keith are those guys. But the evolution of your guys' offense over the years and the success you've had with tight ends, I'm assuming that plays into what you do today.
No question, and we, that was part of our sales pitch to those guys like Dorian. We were showing them some of the clips that we had from when we had those guys, and I would say this: I think Dorian and Cade are better receiving tight ends than what we had like my whole time at Idaho. When I was a head coach, and and I really looked. Dorian probably as a pass catcher is probably ahead of where like Dallas was his sophomore year, or probably even Tucker. He's got to keep improving on the blocking. Those guys are a little better blockers at this point in his career than him. But I think the sky's the limit, and we can keep developing him and getting him better.
You watch it like a proud papa, don't you? When you're watching stuff like that, watch those guys succeed at that level.
Yeah, no, always awesome to see those guys do well, and proud of those guys.
All right. Well, congratulations on the win. 5-3, one away from bowl eligibility. I know that's just a tick on the priorities and on the goals for this year, but one win away with 4 left and an opportunity in conference. Always appreciate the conversations on Mondays. Good luck in Vegas on Saturday. We'll see you during the week.
All right. Thanks, fellas. Take care.
Appreciate you. He is Jason Eck, and that conversation was sponsored by Eco Electric. Now installing outdoor lighting to brighten and secure your home or business. Call Eco Electric at 505-433-3574. Did you know? I guess I had forgotten that he coached Dallas Goedert too. I did know that. I slipped my mind. But the evolution, then, it makes sense, right? Watching what they do with the tight ends.
Very important piece to this offense.
How long have you and I sat here and screamed, throw to the tight ends? Who did I see this weekend?
15 years?
Where's Chase Bruckler? I saw him catch a touchdown.
Ole Miss.
I saw him catch one at Ole Miss this weekend. I'm like, I mean, that was a guy that I always thought was underutilized in past offenses, right? All right, you can respond. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Center.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. Find it on ProView Networks.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing.
Later than Thanksgiving, so my buddy Mike Waring has time to build it. And this isn't just chairs, but couches and beds and dining room tables, coffee tables, customized specifically for you. Go to our website or our Facebook page, the OD and the AM, and check out the chair that Mike made for me that has now become the cornerstone of our office. It's a custom chair. It's got these Let It New Mexico logo on it. Think about what maybe you would like if you want a logo on it. You don't have to have a logo. It could just be beautiful furniture. But this is usable art. This isn't just furniture. It is your story in your home, and it is the centerpiece. It is, everybody wants to come see it. Literally, this is the chair you keep talking about? Oh, damn, it is that beautiful. Yeah, Mike shocked me with that. And look, this is a retired Navy officer who pours his heart into creating custom furniture for people of all shapes, all sizes. He will make a piece to fit you. You don't fit the furniture, or the furniture doesn't fit you. You fit the furniture, right? No, let me get that right the other way. The furniture doesn't fit you. It's customized for you. So if you've got like a back issue or a leg issue, he will make this specifically for you, and it is a great gift. 505-418-8070. Call Mike. Schedule a consultation. 505-418-8070. Go to MustangHomeGoods.com. Bounce around the gallery. Look at the stuff there, and let Mike help you tell your story in your home with Mustang Home Goods. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. JJ, I thought there was a ton in there in regards to what Jason Eck just had to say. And I love his demeanor. He's not over the top. This is, and I've always told you, I like leaders who don't get too high and too low. They're in the moment. I do believe, though, there's kind of a relief that this one's out of the way. What did he say? Good riddance. They're going to that other league.
Yeah.
But there is, like, he doesn't have to answer a question about stuff that he wasn't here for. You know, he wasn't here for Bronco. And I thought it was great last week when he said, I'm glad he left because, you know, otherwise I wouldn't be here. And I love the way he's handled it. I think it's the right way. But I got to believe there's a relief factor in there. Like, all right, it's done. I don't have to do it.
There is, but it's part of the game of being a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And you said there's always storyline. There's a build up to each game. And this one meant a lot to the fans
I think it meant a lot
that are
to you.
invested.
I think
and
meant a
it
lot
did.
to you.
I think he played it the right way where there was enough like gentle jabs. But then he kind of had his mic drop moments, whether it was Saturday and when he said, you know, you don't want the person that just left you to come back and see all disheveled.
You get
wanna
dunked.
be like,
You don't want to be all disheveled. Yeah.
that was the case. You know, the Lobos looked fantastic on Saturday. Good riddance there at the end. I think he played it the right way where there was enough respect of who the coach was on the other sideline, the resume that Bronco Mendenhall has, but understanding that the Lobo football fans needed that, wanted to see that on Saturday.
Yeah, and I don't know that we'll ever hear it. And Bronco's so guarded. I know he's glad it's done. Not that you care or that you should. I know he's glad it's done, and he doesn't ever have to come back. And he may never be back in that stadium again. Maybe he will. Maybe for a bowl game. I don't. You know, I don't know what happens. But that'd be interesting, huh? And that's not my concern. My concern is this team. And I said something early in that conversation we just had with him. I love the way his team handled all the noise, and whether the noise related to them specifically or not, it related to their program. And it was undeniable. You couldn't miss it. And they came out and just took care of business. And they were the better team.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. And by the way, I mean, the uniforms are fire.
Oh, they look so good.
Just fire. And assuming they get to a bowl game, I hope they will.
It would be a very good postseason uniform.
Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Like TCU's last year with like the dark gray and those like tinfoil helmets. Like I love some of the bowl uniforms, but I you know, I'm a big fan of dark on dark in bowl games too. But we'll see. All right, 505-246-0610. You want your Southern California update? Like we don't know that Yamamoto pitched a complete game. Hello, James. How are you?
Good morning, guys. Hey, pretty good weekend.
You got beat 54-3 for crying out loud.
That's okay. We're all right. We're okay. We're good. But let me give you the lowdown, guys.
Yeah, please.
The most expensive ticket today is $32,000. The least expensive today is $600, which I don't believe. But anyway, the Ravine is sold out. Half the day today. I'm going to go home about noon, so I get out so I'm not on the traffic.
Yeah.
The parking lot opens at 1 at the Ravine, and it's going to be a beautiful day today. And, the Bruins lost. It's okay. We're, and everything's good, though, in Westwood. We're all right. We have good recruiting class that's kind of committed. We have, I think they're going to make Skipper the coach and do the highs of the OC.
You think so?
And then,
you think Tim Skipper's going to get that job? You think Tim Skipper's getting that job?
I think so. What it sounds like.
I'm rooting for him, man. I'm rooting for him big. I really, really like Tim personally. I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah, I was talking to a lot of the alumni and all the friends of the program, I call them. And, so it sounds like he's going to be. So it's and you got to give credit to Indiana. That's a good team, guys.
Yeah, they are. They're ranked second in the country, and they whooped you, man. They put it on you. So, all right, I got a ticket for $719. Way, 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 way up left of the foul pole, upstairs left field line. $719.
And guys, you go Dodgers. And, you know what time it is, right?
Yep.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
It's
Have a good one,
time
guys.
for Dodger
Hey, take
baseball. See you. JJ, you want to sit right behind home plate? This seems cheap. I mean, like, I guess it's game 3. And if Ohtani's going to pitch tomorrow, so it'll probably go for more. 8,400 in that lower level, right behind home plate. Does that seem inexpensive to you?
It's a steal. Jump on that right now.
For tomorrow, though, because let's see, tomorrow's tickets way more. Yeah, tomorrow's tickets are way more. Those same tickets are $16,000. Yeah, so I'm saying 8,400 tonight, 16,000 tomorrow because Ohtani's pitching. Isn't that crazy? Tell me that guy doesn't influence everything.
Yes, he does.
All right, we must break. Jeff Grammer's going to be with us coming up at 9 o'clock. He was in Pullman. He watched at Beasley Coliseum, the Lobo exhibition game against Washington State. It was game day in Pullman, which, by the way, is really, really cool. Pullman's kind of a cool spot. We're going to talk with him coming up at 9 o'clock. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Center.
This report brought to you by Glacier.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken,
red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most.
Keyword is win. W-I-N, like the Lobos win over Utah State. Text the keyword win to 95819. That's 95819. You'll be entered. You'll receive a text confirming your entry. Messaging and data rates may apply. Please do not text and drive. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. We got football tonight here on the Sports Animal. Monday Night Football, Commanders and Chiefs. And, of course, your NFL coverage presented by Hyenas Comedy Nightclub. Now open in Albuquerque featuring Dale Jones, Al Jackson, Derek Cahill, and Michael Longfellow. Get your tickets before they sell out. They're conveniently located at Windrock Town Center. Visit hyenascomedyclub.com/Albuquerque for more information. All right, let me get you some of the correspondence you're sending to us, and then I will we'll hit the phones, 505-246-0610. John says, Jeff, JJ, on Mondays you have Coach Eck on the show, and I really enjoy listening to his insight and his candor about Lobo football. Thank you. Steve from Michigan, wondering how Farmington High School football team did Friday night, JJ.
A lot better than I expected.
Was the Rio Rancho beat them, though?
Rio Rancho won.
Okay.
But it was a pretty competitive, fun game.
All right. Mud says Lobos will be in the Mountain West Championship game versus Boise State. Lobo up. Okay. This is from Travis. It says, X post-game comments show he understands New Mexico fans and Albuquerque. He's completely ingratiated himself with our community and deserves a ton of respect and praise. His comments post-game about Bronco, especially the profanity, was all-time. I love the line he said post-game in the locker room, Albuquerque isn't for everyone. I'd love to know when he came up with that, but it shows how connected he is to our community. Maybe that's a T-shirt. Good morning, guys. Go Lobos. I am once again here to say fire Mike Tomlin. Steelers fan for 30 years, one of my gone for the last 8. Steelers will have a losing season this year. You can book it. And Tomlin, the defensive guru, great head coach, will get yet another season to get another decade of playoff drought. Send help. I can't hold on much. All right. I got a bunch on the email machine I got to get to as well. Rudy, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Rudy.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Bought me a turquoise jersey.
That boy.
Yep. Had Jackie May deliver it to me.
Okay.
It was, nice. There was a couple of guys that came up to me. Ryan Langford. I don't know if you remember Ryan, but he had a big interception in that upset on the Blue, and we reminisced about that and talked a little bit about that. And then a guy, Bo Hott, that played, came up and talked to me out of the blue and said, you were there when nobody else was, and I just want to say thanks. And that really meant a lot to me. But I really appreciated Coach Eck's comments because who hasn't been dumped, right?
Fair.
Raise your hand if you've never been dumped in a relationship, because if you haven't, you're one of the luckiest people on earth. And I just thought his comments were great because, yeah, we are doing good, and I really think that Fern might have missed out on an opportunity after the New Mexico State game. Because if I was Fern, I'd have capped attendance at 30 and said we're not letting in any more than 30,000 people.
Why?
For the comfort and safety of everybody. For the comfort and safety of everybody, and to demonstrate that we need a larger stadium. And here's the thing: when you create scarcity, what do you create? Demand.
Yeah.
And so people still go, I'll show up 5 minutes before. I saw some people wandering in 5 minutes before the game, trying to get. Those days are gone, people. Come on. We got a coach. We got a program. This guy has done more to build up this community than all the coaches that went before him combined, if you ask me. And he's going to keep beating that drum until this town wakes up. Sometimes I feel like we're the munchkins on The Wizard of Oz, right? We don't know that the Wicked Witch has died. She's dead, man. Let's get out and party. Because Saturday, you couldn't have asked for a more perfect day. Have you ever seen better weather for Lobo football?
It's been spectacular, man. Everything played. The uniforms were just spectacular. The weather was spectacular. You had your old coach in here who dumped you, and you didn't just beat him. You paddled him and made a statement. And you're 5-3, and you're one away from bowl eligibility, and you're in the middle of a conference race, and your team looks really good, and you feel like yes, it was about as good as it could be. The only thing you might have wanted more was maybe some more fans, but you know what? Control what you can control, enjoy what you got, and the people who want to get on board are going to get on board. I'm over begging, and not that I've ever been into that, but I know a lot of people are begging for people to get out there. Like, whoever's going to enjoy it's going to enjoy it, man.
Yeah, I know, and the thing about it is now you can enjoy it. I mean, and I understand, I get it. We're 4-0 at home for the first time since 1962, and one of the things that Coach Eck came in and said is we're going to turn University Stadium into, as the kids said on that sign, a chamber of horrors. I mean, that punt return by DJ McKinney, that pretty much was the game right there. Because once we did that, it was like, oh, man, here comes the onslaught. And, you get a safety out of a toss pitch at the 1-yard line. I mean, I just thought UNM played spectacular football and showed Bronco that he made the wrong choice. Yeah, and I'm fine with that. I really am. On to everybody getting fired. That's the new trend. You got to get rid of your coach now so you can appease everybody and you can get a jump on who's going to be the next coach.
And pay more.
Because with the portal, with the window and everything, you can't have a guy sitting around getting a job in December. It could be a disaster, especially if you're sitting on the piles of cash that these
Well, it just depends who you're going after, man. Lane Kiffin's not going to leave, and everybody thinks Lane Kiffin's leaving Ole Miss, and he might. But he's not leaving, and if that team gets in the playoff, I cannot see him. And maybe, JJ, maybe I'm wrong. Does he leave before the playoff, or do he coach them through the playoff?
I don't think he leaves for the playoff.
And is Florida and or LSU waiting through the playoff? That it means mid to late January. Are they waiting that long? That's through the portal now.
So it's going to get real tricky. Who are you going to hire that you're going to lure away from a school that is a shot at the college football playoff? So things have never been weirder. But, what did Hunter S. Thompson say? When the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. So let's see what happens. It's going to be interesting.
All right, man.
Have fun, guys.
Yeah, it's good to hear you. Let me tell you something. Be bitter. Don't be bitter. I don't even care. Can I tell you what I firmly believe? And it took time for this to play out. I think Utah State's better off, and New Mexico's better off. And I don't know that I could have sat here and told you this because I didn't know who was going to get hired and I didn't know where this was going to go. JJ, Bronco Mendenhall is a way better fit at Utah State, and Utah State has their guy, and like good for them, and it'll be fine. And you're going into the mighty Pac-12 with Bronco Mendenhall. And I will argue right now, and I don't think this is even an argument. New Mexico's better off with Jason there. He fits this place better. He's, by the way, winning at a better clip than Bronco Mendenhall. He has ingratiated himself into this community. This community has fallen in love with him. And so, you know what, man? And it wasn't a trade, but sometimes trades work out for both parties. This convergence of circumstances, as I look at it, you both won, man. They paid double for their coach, and they got the guy that they wanted, and he's home, and He seems happy and his family does, and they got the guy they want. And you got a guy who you have fallen in love with and has embraced you and your culture and your community, and you're both better.
Yes, they are. This was for how that situation played out, a fan base that was just like, why us again? When they were so hype about it, when Bronco Mendenhall took the New Mexico job, there's so many people like, oh my goodness, I can't believe we got Bronco Mendenhall. He came to us, a place like this. And then he leaves, and you're like, man, are we ever going to get anything? What are we going to buy into as fans? We got something better. Got something better.
What did I tell you? Do you remember me saying this when he left? I said, you're going to be okay. I said, you lost a coach who went 5-7, one game better than the guy before, and he did it with the guy before his quarterback and the guy before his best player. Like, you're going to be okay. Oh, my God, no, we're not. It's over, and we should drop football, and we should drop down to the big sky. And Stop. And I told you, you're going to be okay. Whatever okay means. Right? Do you remember me having this conversation?
I do remember that.
And people are like, the doomsday, we need to drop football and sell the stadium to United, and we need to just focus on, let's beat Gonzaga. And, okay. And granted, man, you're 8 games into one season, and I'm not going to go tell you a trend is based on one season. I'm not. You know me better than that. But I do believe you're going to be okay. And as of now, you're better than you were 52 weeks ago. And so, yeah, it works out. And sometimes it's perspective, and you got to back away. We're all prisoners of the moment. I get it. And emotion takes over. I'm not telling you it was the perfect way to get here, wherever here is. But you're good, man. They're better off. They got their guy. They like him, or they did until they lost to stinking New Mexico. I looked at their message board yesterday. I just love doing that.
Oh, they're trying to spin it so bad.
The fact that they lost to New Mexico.
Got worked.
Lowly, cruddy, crappy, who were leaving behind New Mexico.
Oof, they're coping so hard with that. And the difference here, at UNM, you have to embrace different. Albuquerque isn't for everyone. This isn't a fan base where you can come in and just be like, I've coached for X amount of years, and this is my way or the highway type of deal. Right. You have to just show some personality. The videos.
Yes.
Like, it seems so like, oh, you got a coach to do that? Yeah. Because it resonates. Hundreds of thousands of views on social media. The fans feel like, hey, I can connect with this guy. This is cool. He cares.
100%.
There was an element, even last year when they're winning games, I know, like, people were wondering, does this guy care? Yeah. Like, is it just, okay, he's a football coach, but does he know where he is?
Does he care about anything outside of that building? Yeah.
And you have to have that in a place like that.
I don't think you doubted he cared about his players, but did he care about anything outside that? And maybe he did, right? Maybe he did, but it was just hard to know that. And that's, look, and that doesn't make him a bad guy or bad coach. They're better off, and you're better off. Jeff Grammer's going to be with us at 9. We'll talk hoops with him. Lobos in Washington State with the season starting next week. You know what's scarier than Halloween? That mystery stain in your back seat. What the hell is it? On the Spot Automotive is ready to clean up whatever your car's been through. From those spilled lattes to road trip gunk, they'll make your interior look like it never happened. And while you're at it, make sure you get your windows tinted. On the Spot Automotive has been voted best in the city, trusted by people who actually care what their car looks like. You've heard me talk about it many, many times. How about paint protection film and ceramic coating? Can't stress it enough. No more rock chips, bug guts, sunburn, just a clean, glossy finish that lasts. It's not magic. You know what it is? It's really, really good work. And they'll come out to you and they will detail your vehicle at your place, where and when it's convenient for you. For me, it's the office. It's one of my favorite things. They've been voted best in the city, and they're trusted by people who care about their vehicle. Book and buy online. It's a great gift. I'm telling you, I've given it many, many times. People love On the Spot Automotive Detailing. I love On the Spot Automotive Detailing, and you will as well. Call On the Spot Automotive or book online at otsdetailing.com. It's otsdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for.
Credit Union, your trusted partner in financial well-being. Follow the Rams and Storm this season and throughout the playoffs on the Pit and the Sports Animal. Presented by State Employees Credit Union.
We would like to thank the following sponsors.
I'm Ryan
for
Horvath.
making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Everguard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420.
All right, bring him at 505-246-0610. We'll do biggest winners and losers in the NFL. Coming up about 9:30, Jeff Grammer is going to join us to talk some hoops. Lobos lose the exhibition game. They have one more exhibition game. It'll be Thursday at the Pit against NAU. You'll get to be able to see them, and then they start for real next Wednesday. You want me to start with the whiners, the complainers, or what?
Yeah, let me bust out my cheese.
Yeah, tell me if you believe this. All right, you were there, I was not. Mike says unflippin' believable. Traffic was insane on the corner of University and Central at 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. All right. That's like a mile away from the stadium, right? Not because of Lobo football, but because of Moulin Rouge using the same parking areas. And now Popejoy is empty until you can't make this up, flipping Chicago on the 15th, same time as the Colorado State game. Are there a lot of people? There were 20,000 people. There's not enough parking. Whatever, man. I don't know what to tell you. Because I'm struggling believing that those parkings overlap, but it is what it is. Lobo Hobo says, obviously they're concerned. Jeff, I was watching the border war. It's Colorado State, Wyoming. With some CSU fans, Jeffy, and they were distraught over their chances to beat the Lobos and the shape Jay Norvell left their program. Remember when you were in Vegas in July and Ramit was picked 4th in your league? I do. I saw them this week, and Wyoming manhandled them.
Hence,
polls.
Why you do not let preseason polls set expectations for a season.
Agreed. Lars says, will Eck still be Lobo football coach in your game, Hefe? There's so many jobs available, big-time positions. Is he going to want to stay here and play UTEP and Chickasaw State next year? Will Jason Eck be the coach if the Lobos coach in a bowl game? I do believe so. JJ, you and I were just having this conversation. I believe, hell, it could be up to a third of the college football coaching jobs turn this year. Right? You got, 10, 12 already open. And it's the second and third layers that you need to start to be worried about. Meaning, the Wisconsin one you got to worry about. Now, is Eck won enough? I hear Brian Kelly's name a lot at Wisconsin. Has Eck won enough to go to Wisconsin? I think he'd be great. I think he's going to be great wherever he goes. He played there, and so, But it's like when, let's say Matt Rule goes to Penn State, then who goes to Nebraska? And then who goes to the place that they hired from there? Let's say Dave Aranda, I'm just throwing stuff out, goes from Baylor back to LSU. Then who goes to Baylor? Right? It's the ripple effects. I'm not going to sit here and promise you he'll be here. I hope he will. I'll throw this out to you. Do you consider extending him and giving him more money right now? He's 5-3. Is that too soon? I can hear the basketballers, the no football people screaming right now. They're 5-3. They haven't done anything. All right, what's Hoops going to look like? You didn't really get to see it, but Jeff Grammer did. He covers Lobo basketball for the Journal. He was in Pullman. He got to get a look at it. His thoughts on the Lobos in Washington State and the first look at the Eric Olin New Mexico team. Next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Thursday night in the pit will be your first chance to get a look at the new look Lobo basketball team. Eric Olin's club will play Northern Arizona in an exhibition game, and then the season opens for real on Wednesday of next week, East Texas A&M. The opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. Lobos were in Pullman. It was game day for football up there. It was also hoops on Saturday night. An exhibition game against Washington State. Cougars beat the Lobos 74-66. You didn't really get to see it, but this guy sees everything. He's everywhere and knows everyone, and everyone is following him on the X because they're hanging on every tweet. Jeff Grammer covers Lobo basketball for the Albuquerque Journal. He joins us this morning on The Sports Animal. How was your trip to beautiful Pullman? I love it up there.
No, it's good, man. I love it up there, too. It's football, I mean, not so much for the basketball environment, but the football environment that you're aware of is pretty cool up there, man. Washington State's got a good thing going. They're the basketball game, when I arrived, I got there, a couple hours before the basketball game started, and the football game was just ending. And when I got out of the basketball arena, at this point, 6 hours, I guess, after the football ended, the RV parking lot was still packed.
Yeah.
And they kind of make it an all Saturday thing, and they play predominantly. I don't know for sure, but Saturday was an afternoon game for them, just like it was here. And but even when they do that, the tailgating at a lot of places, and you know this, but it's not just before the game sometimes. If it is an afternoon game, they just make a weekend of it, right? And a lot of places will party through the night and keep that RV lot full, and it is pretty cool. when you see the college football environment in a place that's got it going a little bit, and that's what they're obviously why they're trying to get it going here, and that's why college football is such a cash cow in this country right now. It is a pretty cool thing when it gets going right, and it really is. And I'm just coming from a hoops guy, right?
Yeah, no,
when college football gets right, there's a reason they're investing everywhere in trying to keep it right at the schools that got it going.
Well, and it helps everything else in your program. It just does.
Yeah.
It helps basketball. And I spent 5 years in Washington working TV up there, and had some great times in Pullman. I learned my first game there. I learned the Washington State fight song. Still know the words because they told me I'd never have to buy another cocktail. So and I didn't. So I will always know the fight song. But it's a great atmosphere. All right, Lobos lose the game, and again, as Richard Pitino was telling his fan base, and you're telling this fan base, it doesn't matter. It's an exhibition game. It was your first look. You got 11 guys that played 8 minutes or more, 10 who played double digits. You're going to get different rotations. You're going to kind of get another experiment on Thursday. But your first impression on your first look?
I'm similar to what Eric Olin told me after the game. I'm encouraged. I probably think just a little bit higher, maybe not a whole lot higher, but I think a little higher of this team than I did before the game. And the reason being, I still don't know, even as much as I talk to these guys and follow these guys when they were recruited and the practices that I have been able to go to, like, I think the one thing you don't have to worry about with this team is shooting. And the one thing they were absolutely horrendous at on Saturday was shooting. So either I'm completely wrong, and every statistical profile of every one of these players that Eric Olin went out and got completely changes this year, or Saturday happened to be an outlier that just happened to be at the very first game they played. So I realize that sounds a little, what do you make of that? Is you can have one statistical outlier in an entire season, and maybe that does come in the very, very first game. It seems weird, but I just don't – you can't convince me that this team is not going to be able to shoot the ball pretty well. And the amount of open shots – we're just talking offense here. The amount of open shots that Eric's offense creates, it's what gives them a chance to be pretty good. It's why they won 30 games last year at UC San Diego. But the reason I'm mostly optimistic is they got outshot at the free throw line by 14, or outscored at the free throw line. They got outshot 43-17 because they were fouling quite a bit. But Washington State made 29 free throws to UNM's 15. So they're minus 14 at the free throw line. They shoot 26% from the floor, and yet it was 67-66 with under 90 seconds to go. And how do you do that? You do that because the Lobo defense was actually pretty good. It was really good. It forced 19 turnovers, and for those wanting to know what Eric Olin's scheme is going to be, yeah, they're going to shoot a lot of threes. They're not going to shoot 44 all the time. They averaged just under 30 last year, but they are going to shoot a lot of three-pointers. The most that they shot at UC San Diego last year was 38, just so you know. So it won't quite be 44, but get used to a whole lot of threes. But they were also ranked third in turnover percentage on defense. They were a really good defensive team that confused a lot of opponents because they play a zone that isn't really just a classic zone. They kind of a little bit of matchup schemes, a little bit of confusion. Some people will call it a junk defense. Well, it's a junk defense that confuses teams into making mistakes, not just open ball turnovers that lead to layups on the other side, but you'll see a guy kind of have to think while he's dribbling and then kind of get called for a travel because he just hesitates just a minute. You'll see a lot of things like that because they're confusing teams on their offense. So why I leave that game a little more optimistic than I went in, even though they lost to a Washington State team that, by the way, I don't think is going to be a great team this year. I think because I saw the defense for the first time, and that defense is going to be pretty good.
Jeff Grammer, Albuquerque Journal, joining us on the opening drive. The starting five: Chol, Bullion, Albury, Howell, Hall. What did you make of the first starting five of the year?
Surprised. I was surprised that Jake Hall started. Everything they've been saying led me to believe he was going to get big minutes, but to start a true freshman right out the gate and then see him shoot 13 times, the kid's got a green light. But they've been talking him up, and not just the coaches when I talk to them. Albury, who I had on the podcast, but then again, I also talked to him Thursday at Mountain West Media Day, and unsolicited Thursday at Mountain West Media Day, he brought up Jake Hall again, and
Dayton Albury just loves what Jake Hall brings, I guess, and I think he sees a lot of assists in his future, is, dishing it to Jake Hall, because Jake Hall is a very good shooter. And Saturday, again, I don't want to beat the drum on this too much, but like, Jake Hall's not going to miss 10 3-pointers, and I'm telling you, with the eyes in the arena that I had, like six of his missed 3-pointers were wide open, catch and shoot, kind of like practice, open gym kind of 3-pointers. There's no way Jake Hall's missing that many 3-pointers in the regular season. And if he does, if it's just sort of a moment thing and maybe he's just not ready for the college game kind of thing, then he's not going to be getting a whole lot of minutes. But I don't see that happening. The best shooter on this team, statistically in practice, is Jake Hall. And he's just not shooting as poorly as he did the other night. And he wasn't the only one. He just happened to take the most of them. But, man, they're starting backcourt. Albury, Chris Howell, both of those guys are fifth-year seniors. And they were both pretty awful offensively. So there was a lot of poor offense on Saturday by the Lobos, and they were still in it.
Albury 1 for 11 from the field. Howell 1 for 7. Jake Hall 3 for 13. 20 of 75 from the field for New Mexico. Jeff Grammer's with us on the Sports Animal.
Well, Jeff, we saw another freshman, Uriah Tenet, come off the bench, 19 minutes. And we know it's an exhibition season, everyone's going to play, but I thought it was, like you said with Jake Hall, it's pretty telling to see another freshman get 19 minutes in this game.
Yeah, and so on the one hand, I'll go ahead and talk out of both sides of my mouth here. I don't want people to read too much into a whole lot of statistics on that, but the minutes thing was pretty telling in my mind, because with the true freshmen, there were two healthy DNP. Tamayo Pons and Samarius Jones, neither one of them played, and both were healthy. They went through workouts. I did confirm that they were 100% healthy, and they didn't play even though it was an exhibition, because Eric Olin doesn't think they're ready right now to play. So it's not like he was just playing everybody to see what they would do in the game. He has made some determinations on who he wants to get a good look at, right? So if he didn't want to play those freshmen those minutes, he certainly didn't feel obligated to, just because he recruited them or anything like that. I will say that Uriah Tenet probably was the most impressive player on the floor for the Lobos throughout the game. I did think Tomislav Bujan was, in his 9 rebounds, was pretty impressive. What I liked about Tomislav, real quick, I do want to get back to Uriah, but Tomislav Bujan, coming from Croatia, he led that Croatian league in rebounding. I knew he'd do that, and he did, 9 rebounds. But what I was a little surprised about was that there were a few times that he was in the open floor. He did have a steal at the top of the key that he took coast to coast for a dunk. He dribbled well. He was skilled. I mean, he was a lot more skilled. He wasn't just some Croatian center coming in to rebound. He was skilled in the open floor, which is what you need in this offense. Back to Uriah Tenet really quick. His parents were courtside. They're good friends with Washington State's all-time leading scorer, Isaac Fontaine, I think was his name. And I had to look him up during the game, but he had 2,000 points at Washington State in the 90s. And it was awesome to see not only Uriah Tenet, the shortest guy on the floor, again, play the way he did, so fearless. He went in the paint. He got blocked a couple times, but he went body to body with 6'10" shot blocker, jumped right into him, kind of created some space, tried to get some layups. His dad's on the sideline, kind of shaggy hair like him, just out there just working his friend, who's a Washington State guy, and just working it. And it's going to be fun to watch Uriah and his dad this season, because his dad is a big fan of his son. It was so cool to watch his dad enjoy the moment, because, look, man, it was an exhibition, and it wasn't, the lights were on, but there wasn't a broadcast stream or anything like that. But there's a high school kid who's 5'11" that nobody thought could play college basketball, playing his first college game. And he did pretty damn good. And it was just kind of cool to watch that moment. And, there's people on social media mad about them losing to a Washington State and taking all these threes and this and that. And just little moments every now and then reminds you, like, man, for Uriah Tenet and his family, that was a pretty big moment on Saturday, and it was pretty cool to watch.
All right, Jeff, for this team to get to where they want to be, I think, and I don't know where you are, I'm going to guess you somewhat concur, Antonio Cho's going to have to be really, really good. Thoughts on his first game?
I thought it was good. I was a little – so 5 rebounds. I thought offensively he looked comfortable. I don't think they went to him much. I do think that there was a little bit of an element. Eric didn't quite say this, But when he's looking for all these combinations and when he's looking for things, I think there's a few things he's comfortable enough with that he didn't go to them or go to these areas of the game. And I think Chol was a little bit one of those. I think, Chris Howell, he knows what he's going to get with Chris Howell. I think they could have I guess I'll put it this way. Had this been a regular season game, I think they would have gone to Antonio Chol a whole lot more because he looked really comfortable out there. I still actually think for some reason that, colleges fudge numbers all the time on heights and usually add an inch, maybe 2 inches. I don't know that Antonio Chol's only 6'9". I think he's a 6'10". I think he's every bit of 6'9" if he is only 6'9". I think he is really big and he's really skilled, and he looked so comfortable out there that at his best, he is the best player on this team. And I think Antonio Chol looked really good, to be honest.
And Jeff, you mentioned the shots that they were able to get within the offense, a lot of open shots. In terms of the creators, how did they get about getting those shots? Because if you're going to have those shots, there's definitely going to be some assist numbers there. Sure. Do you think that's something that it might be kind of scattered about just with the way that they play offensively?
A little bit. Now, ideally, Albury is going to have a much better game. He got 3 fouls in the first, handful of minutes, and they ended up letting guys with 5 fouls play late in the second half. It wasn't. You can look at the foul numbers, and there are 4 guys that had 5 fouls for the Lobos. That wasn't by design. It wasn't that Eric Olin knew they were going to be letting them continue to play at 5 fouls, and so he just fouled like crazy. Like they need to get better at it. They can't foul that much. And Dayton Albury picked up 3 really dumb, really senseless fouls. I don't think any of the 3 first-half fouls that he picked up were ones that were like effort fouls or anything like that. I think they were just sloppy, just not thinking kind of fouls. And if Albury stays out of foul trouble, I don't think it's going to be a problem with him, but we'll see. If Albury stays out of foul trouble, I think he's going to be the primary ball handler that basically drives and penetrates a whole lot, and it is a lot of drive and kick. Again, I don't want to oversimplify what Eric's doing out there offensively, but it primarily centers around Albury, and I'll throw in Sinet, getting the ball at the top of the key or somewhere outside of the arc and finding a way to penetrate a little bit, and then you kick it back out and a lot of ball rotation. There's an open man on every possession in this Eric Olin offense, and they do a really good job of finding that open man. And that's why it's so remarkable that they missed 55 shots, because I'm telling you, if they missed 55 shots, 20 to 30 of those were what I would consider pretty open or good looks. They might have missed 20 really good contested looks. I think they missed more open looks than they missed contested looks, and that's what was just remarkable about it. It's because I do think this team can shoot. You look at James Miller at North Dakota State; he shot 37% from 3. Luke Hopp, just up and down the lineup, they all had better percentages shooting the 3 last year than they did on Saturday, and that's why Eric Olin recruited these guys, is because that's what he needs in this offense.
All right, now that he's New Mexican, is it Tejavis or is it still Tejavis?
Yeah, it's a good question. I should ask him. I didn't ask him yet. I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, the answer is going to be Tejavis.
Anyway.
All right, I'll see you out there on Thursday. It's a exhibition against NAU. It gets started for real next Wednesday. I think that helps a lot because everybody's been asking about it, and you were one of the few people that were there. So appreciate you jumping on with us. Read them every day on the Albuquerque Journal, in the print, in the website, and follow him on the X because it's a great follow. He is Jeff Grammer. Thank you, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Be well. All right, you can respond to that. Going to reset you. I got winners and losers from the weekend. I got a bunch from what you got in. JJ's got his thoughts. That was good stuff, though. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Join 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated
This morning, so you knew yesterday that LSU fired their head football coach. You know who the interim is? So Brian Kelly got fired. this will be the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. But we're like interim coach. Frank Wilson is the interim head coach at LSU. He was the head coach at UTSA when they were in New Mexico Bowl in 2016. Of course, Tim Skipper, who won the game 2 years ago, is the interim head coach at UCLA. Rob Akey is the interim coach at Oregon State. He's the defensive coordinator of Central Michigan when they were here. I mean, it's you got coaches everywhere. I'm just saying. Maybe that's the baseball card. They LSU fired their offensive coordinator, Joe Sloan, this morning. He's been fired. That was the one that Brian Kelly was screaming at, and everybody was lip reading on social media. You can't sleep and run that play. I don't know what his buyout is like. The offensive coordinator. What a mess, dude. What a mess LSU is. And they're 5-3, and oh, by the way, next up is Alabama. Alabama, Arkansas, Western Kentucky, and Oklahoma. What do they end up? 6-6? 7-5? 7-5? Oh. And then when do you start seeing these jobs filled? Because when you start saying Penn State, LSU, Florida, I mean, you're talking about premier jobs, right? Virginia Tech, UCLA, Oklahoma State, really good jobs. When do you start seeing them filled? And if they're going to go, if Lane Kiffin is the pin here, well, you might be waiting until mid-January, and that's not going to happen.
Is the new transfer portal window in effect this year?
Yeah, January 2 through 16 or whatever it happens to be. Yeah. Yeah, this is really interesting, and you know, the people at Ole Miss now are putting a lot of pressure on Lane, and you know, here's a new contract, take it or leave it, or get the hell out. Like, what are you going to do? Commit to us? And Lane's probably not going to be pressured because he's holding all the cards. Lane can coach at Ole Miss if he wants. He can coach at LSU if he wants. He can go to Florida if he wants. What's the best job of those three? I was having a conversation with an LSU buddy of mine last night. Are the resources that much better at Florida and or LSU than they are at Mississippi? Because it would seem that the pressure at Ole Miss is less than it is at Florida, LSU. I think you get paid as much. And do you have as much resources, meaning money, in your NIL budget? And I guess the LSU and Florida NIL budget is way bigger than Ole Miss, and
that's the issue. On top of revenue sharing?
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's revenue sharing at 20.5. You know, I mean, I'm just like, where? If you're Lane Kiffin, where do you want to be? If you like Ole Miss, you stay. But where is it you want to go? Because that seems like the pin right now, doesn't it?
It does. The number one target for
everybody,
LSU and Florida.
Yeah. I got a text from somebody. It says, "Guys, did Eck let the cat out of the hat, mentioning LSU? Maybe they're talking to him. I'm not sure. Eck is like at the top of their list. Mixed up LSU.
That was probably he was just looking at news.
Yeah,
and it was on his mind.
Yeah, 100%. Does Brian Kelly get a job right away? Does Brian Kelly coach again? He's 63 or 65. Yeah. He just got $54 million.
I think in this rotation, the amount of jobs that could be open because of the trickle-down effect, I think we see Brian Kelly, James Franklin back in the rotation.
James Franklin, absolutely. Brian Kelly, Wisconsin?
Brian Kelly might not be the same level of job, but
is Wisconsin? I mean, there's like this top tier right now, right? There's that LSU, Florida, Penn State, right? Is Nebraska in that? Because then you got the UCLA's, the Oklahoma States. I think Virginia Tech might be a little bit more attractive. There's a lot of power jobs open. Man. Arkansas. There's a lot of really attractive gigs out there. It's this cycle is going to be bonkers, and it already is. But I'm wondering when they start falling. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. When we get back, I want to get into, we got to get to the results of the free-for-all. Get your biggest winners and losers of the NFL weekend. And I got a lot from you. And you can still get in at 505-246-0610. Hey, do you have yard envy? Somebody, neighbor, friend, got that perfect yard. It's immaculate. You kind of want something like that? We all do. The water feature, whether the pavers, a putting green, xeriscape, whatever it is, and you want that for your landscaping. And the thought is, well, now it's fall and I'm going to wait till spring. Don't wait till spring. Like, that's such a bad decision. I'm going to tell you why it's a bad decision. Because everybody thinks that way. When everybody goes one way, you go the other. That means you're going to get on a list if you wait. And by the time you get your project done, half of next summer is going to be gone. Do it now. Call LaBarge Landscaping today. LaBarge Landscape will come out and have it done so when spring arrives, you don't have to wait. You know what you want? You know how you want your yard to look? They're going to take that care of it for you. They're going to make it happen. If you're not sure what you want, but you know you want something, you got the space, have them come out, let their design team create something that is the landscape of your dreams. They're making people happy. I'm one of those people. They came out to my yard, came out to my house, both yards, front and back. Immaculate. Looks so much better. Like, I am so happy. I love my yards now. I didn't. All the crud that I didn't know what it was, these trees, these shrubs, it looks beautiful. They can do that for you. You're going to get years of enjoyment from a landscape transformation. You will love it. Remember, the people who get to enjoy a new landscape in the spring, those are the people who clean up and have it done during the fall. Call LaBarge Landscape now. If you just want to clean up, like leaf cleanup, pruning shrubs, LaBarge will do that for you as well. Go to their website, LaBarge, L-A-B-A-R-G-E, LaBargeLandscape.net. Bounce around, look at their website, look at the gallery, see what they do, and then call them at 505-345-3000 and have them come out to your house. 505-345-3000. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape.
$1,000 is a pretty good.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito.
Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal.
I went 0 for 3. As good as I was last year, I'm not bad this year. I mean, I wasn't even close. I picked the Giants for the points, 7.5. Philly blew them out. I took the Bears in points. Baltimore rolled them. I took Tennessee and all those points you told me not to, and it wasn't close. You lost with San Francisco. You hit on Tampa Bay laying 4.5 over New Orleans, and Buffalo 7.5 over Carolina. You're 2-1, 17-7. I mean, that's spectacular. All right, before I go to the phones, I owe you winners and losers. What do you want? Biggest winners or biggest losers of the weekend?
I'm interested to see who made the winners list.
All right, honorable mention. I'm not sure which way I want to go with number 3. Honorable mentions New England, number 3, because they're 6-2 and they're really good, and they survived 5 sacks from Myles Garrett. But their honorable mention, number 3 for me, is Houston. Houston had to win. It was a big game for D'Amico Ryans against his former team. They had to find a way to move the ball. They had to stay in this race. If they lost, they were probably done. And they didn't, and they were relatively dominant. They controlled the ball all day against San Francisco. And so they're I don't know if on track, but number 3 is Houston. Number 2 was another had to, and I know they're 2-5, but they're getting their quarterback back on Thursday. It's Baltimore. And they have to, with Snoop Huntley out there, and everybody thought that Lamar Jackson was coming back against a Bears team that had won 4 in a row, and they dominated. They win, 30-16, and dominated a Bears team that had been running all over everybody. Somehow their defense bowed up and only gave up 16 points. They win with a backup quarterback and stay alive because otherwise they were done. And number 1 is Green Bay. That was a big game to stay at top of that division with Detroit keep winning, although they were on a bye this week. The Green Bay, all the noise around it, I thought it was gigantic for Jordan Love to win that game against that guy. So I got Green Bay 1, Baltimore 2, Houston 3 with New England as the honorable mention.
Solid.
You good? All right, losers. This one was a little tougher for me as far as number 3. Number 1 and 2 was tough just because who had a bigger loss. I got Dallas at number 3 because of the way they got handled. You know, here they are 3-1, and we're going to make a trade, and we're going to get back in it. We're going to get us a pass rusher, and they got run. That vaunted offense, Dak looked horrible. They get a garbage time touchdown out of Joe Milton. Oh, okay, good for you. They can't stop anyone. R.J. Harvey ran all over him. Dobbins ran all over him. Bo Nix did what he wanted. The Broncos dismantled them, and they are what they are. They are bad defensively, and when they can't put up 35 or 40 points, they're not going to be in the game, and they weren't. I thought it was a crushing loss for the Cowboys because it absolutely exposed them. And, you know, oh, look at how they play against Green Bay. Yeah, cool. Went on the road, and they got smoked. JJ, I'm really struggling with 1 and 2 because they were both gigantic losses. And you can, if you want to tell me you want to put them in the other way, I'm cool with that. Number 2 is the Bengals because these two teams lost to the two worst teams in football. The Bengals giving up 23. Okay, last week the Broncos scored 33 in the fourth quarter. You're like, what the hell just happened? The Jets scored 23 on you in the third quarter, or I'm sorry, in the fourth quarter, and you lose 39-38 at home to a team who hadn't won since last year, and you think you're back in it. And by the way, if you win, you're a half game out of first place. You're a half game out, and you go to 4-4, and all of a sudden, yeah, Joe Flacco looks good, and your defense is horrible. You and the Dallas Cowboys. It can't. But I found this one to be a little bit worse of a loss. Maybe because of the way they lost. I get it that their quarterback was out, but you're bringing in a veteran that you paying all that money. The Falcons to get undressed at home by the Dolphins, to allow Tua Tagovailoa to throw 4 touchdown passes on you. It was the worst defense, and you can't get Bijan off. To lose 34-10, and you're a team that thinks you're contending for your division, and that team came in and undressed you like that. You beat the Bills. You thought you were rolling. That JJ, Bengals and Falcons were horrible losses. You can go 1-2, and I can listen to your argument. Falcons is horrible, so I got Falcons 1, Cincinnati 2, Dallas.
Can't argue with that.
I mean,
for it to happen at home for the Falcons.
Bengals lost at home too.
Yeah, and for Tua, who had thrown 6 interceptions the previous 2 games, go out there 4 touchdown passes.
Where'd that come
against the Falcons?
Because they stink. All right, Travis, thanks for holding. Good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Travis.
Good morning, fellas.
That's good.
Listen, I love a weekend spent watching the Cowboys getting punked on national television. It's super satisfying. Speaking of teams getting punked, Bronco who? In your ad buy before the top of the hour, you said that a mystery stain in the backseat is scary, Jeff. And for Lobo fans, that mystery stain was Bronco Mendenhall. And I'm just very excited and glad that one of your sponsors, On the Spot Automotive Detailing, was available and present at University Stadium on Saturday to clean that stain out of the Lobo football lowrider. Hopefully, On the Spot is available to clean the stain out of the visitors' locker room left there from Bronco getting the absolute bleep kicked out of him. There were so many satisfying moments in that game on Saturday. So many great plays, and you guys have talked about a bunch of them. But what I will remember most about that game is how Bronco seemed to just give up. Defeated, embarrassed, fans chanting, "Thank you, Coach Eck," and other fans talking a whole bunch of trash to Bronco. He just gave up. No fight, no trying to run through the tape, no playing until the clock hit zeros. Just him checking the flight time on his plane ticket, asking the equipment managers to load the bus before the game was even over. Karma is a bleep, and this weekend Karma was dressed in turquoise and silver.
Look good.
Go Lobos. Have a day.
So you think it mattered? Think it mattered to that Lobo fan?
Oh, yes, it did.
It does. All right. I'm going to take this final break. If you're there, stay there. I want to hear from you. We'll wrap it up. Still have time for phone calls at 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. I want to tell you about the Albuquerque Convention Center, because if you are thinking about an event, it is that time, holiday season. If you're thinking about where should I hold my event, it's the Albuquerque Convention Center. I don't care if your event is a gala, an expo, a small meeting, a holiday party. They will make your vision a reality and space designed to express. It is fantastic. We've all been to events at the Albuquerque Convention Center. Easy to get to. It's in downtown Albuquerque. Plenty of parking adjacent. Their staff goes above and beyond. The food is great. The place is fabulous. We host our teams there every year for Isleta New Mexico Bowl. And we do that because they take care of our teams, our guests, the way we need them taken care of. Stunning local art on every wall. Mouth-watering food and drink options. Your guests are impressed at every single turn. Small meetings, private gatherings, large expos, conferences, celebrations. Let the team over at the Albuquerque Convention Center go above and beyond your expectations. Make your vision a reality in spaces designed to impress. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center. Visit them online at albuquerquecc.com, albuquerquecc.com. Give them a call, 505-768-4575. It's area code 505-768-4575. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center. Be at the center of it all.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Football tonight here on the Sports Animal, your home for the National Football League. We will have the Chiefs and the Commandos. Kick it off for you at 5 o'clock here on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal, your home for the National Football League. 505-246-0610. Still time to get you in. Jeffrey, good morning. Thanks for holding here on the Sports Animal. Good day, sir.
Good morning, senor. How you doing?
Life's grooving. What's happening?
Yeah, life's good. Yeah, it was cool hearing Grammer on Saturday, too, talk about the team, the basketball team, that is. I think they're going to be fine. I mean, when he's talking about, like, how stout they were on defense, the shooting is going to come to him. That's just because that's the coach Owen is. And we remember those Alford teams. There were times where they were shooting so horribly, but their defense kept them in the game. And, you know, they say offense wins games, defense wins championships. Secondarily, if that's a word, second, I think if you were to take wins and losses and everything away between Bronco and Jason, and you just line up personalities, who's the better fit for New Mexico, right? As they said in Dances with Wolves, good trade. Lastly, staying on the topic of personalities fitting the team that they're with, Mike Tomlin's expiration date has far passed him in Pittsburgh. As a lifelong Pittsburgh fan, you think of people and you think of teams, you think of Bill Cowher, and you think how he was the fit for that Steelers team. And I don't even know what Mike Tomlin's identity is anymore, other than like these weird sound bites, and he's a quote-unquote players coach. And granted, he's got another rebuild on his hands with the almost 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers, but this guy was supposed to, you know, be some defensive wizard, which he came to the Steelers from the Vikings as a defensive guy. And we've got the highest-paid defense, and I think they're in the bottom two now. And I never thought I'd say this, but it's time for the Steelers to rethink their level of importance in their organization, because touting not having a losing season like it's a Super Bowl is an absolutely pathetic brag. It's not even a brag. So they need to start looking at like what they're going to do with Tomlin. Unfortunately, we know the Steelers don't fire coaches, but yeah, it's pathetic in Pittsburgh, and that's the weakest division in football. Anyway, have a good day. Later.
Yep. Steeler fans were 4-1. They were quiet for a minute, weren't they? They were. I'm not telling you they're wrong. Remember, I came into you earlier. I said, you know, where's a Lobo football guy needs to drop down to division, you know, FCS or drop.
I was just waiting until.
Yeah, that guy's quiet for a minute.
Week.
Yeah, but when like you are one dude who Jeff and JJ are morons who rips us on social media and, you know, don't pour any facilities into football. That guy, he's been pretty quiet. Until they lost the San Jose State game, and he put out a little tweet or Facebook post or whatever the hell it was. The Lobos look like the Lobos again. Like he said it with such glee and had 0 likes, responses, like, right? But just they're waiting to pounce. Kind of feels like that's what Steeler fan is. They're like, damn it, we're winning. I don't want to be winning. You know what I mean?
When in this.
Hey, let me give you a keyword, a national keyword to win $1,000, or at least a chance to. The national keyword for 50K or 5K a day is green, Green, the color of green. Text that word to 95819. Do it now. You got a chance to win $1,000. We'll text you back, let you know we received your entry, and message and data rates may apply. All right, World Series tonight, dude. Like, we've talked nothing about the World Series because it gets lost. They were off yesterday. How about Yoshinobu Yamamoto, by the way? 2 straight complete games in an era where you pitch 5 innings. Oh, it's a quality start. What a great start. He threw 5 innings. Yamamoto has been a machine.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, okay, I hate using that term, but that was unbelievable.
It was. The back-to-back complete games, and then the Blue Jays offense is that good.
Yes.
And to have that explosive inning, 9 runs in game 1, you knew this was going to be the series. It's the starting pitching versus when can Toronto pounce for an inning.
Yes.
And
You know
we've
why
seen
it's
it play out in 2 games.
You know why it's unbelievable? Because A, in this era, it's unbelievable that the pitcher does it, and B, Dave Roberts let him do it 2 games in a row. That's what I said to you in game 1 of the LCS when they pulled Snell. You know, like, I got a guy going like that. What am I getting better out of the bullpen? I'm getting.
He learned his lesson, man.
Yeah, I'm getting he won that game, but I'm getting a fresh arm. But am I getting a better arm? Right? And Yamamoto was terrific. Glasnow on all this rest now. Dodger sticks woke up a little bit. They get to go back home. Like, I'm not surprised if Toronto wins tonight, because I don't think this is a quick series. In fact, you guys hit me on the and I apologize if I didn't get to your emails today. I apologize. I'm going to try to get them as much as I can. But somebody hit me on, I guess Sushan was on with Bob Clark the other day. He said it was going to be a sweep, and it's not a sweep. Okay, cool. Everybody, y'all make predictions, and sometimes they go. Here it is. Bill, last week Sushan was on with Bob Alou and said the Doyers were so good right now, it'll be a 4-game sweep. Okay.
Man should be fired.
Yeah. Bill also said, disagree with JJ. Last week he said money doesn't make someone a professional. These guys are still students. Sorry, but when someone's a 6-year college playing their 3rd school in 4 years, can we quit calling them student athletes? No. To me, a student athlete is some dude living in a clamshell, hoping that one day they'll walk down that aisle crying as they get handed the sheepskin, meaning they might now land a $50,000 a year job. All right. Well, that's not the student athlete has evolved. As long as they're still going to school. Now, I will argue they could be professional athletes as well, student athletes. To me, the definition, I believe, of professional is getting paid to do something.
Sure, you're right. It's a gray area where I think if you make a choice to go pro before college, then that's your choice, and there's no coming back from that.
But if they're still in school, they're still student athletes to me. All right, The Herd with Colin Cowherd is next. The Jim Rome Show is after that. Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas comes in at 4, I think. And then you get NFL football, Commanders and Chiefs at 5. We're back with award-winning radio starting tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Adrian looks great on the visual side. Thank you. He is JJ Buck. I am Jeff Symbieta. Big day for you.
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Be good to each other. Please be kind, loving, caring, and sharing, and we will smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on